Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Garden of Sports Fantasy Hockey Podcast. I'm your host, Zach Gardner, alongside Jake, my brother Jake Gardner.
Hello, hello.
And today we have for you our Week 13 waiver wire moves. So we're going to just jump right into it here with our weekly 3x3 pickups.
As they say in hockey, let's do that hockey.
It's pretty cool, I guess.
There you go. Okay, let's hop in here. So I'll start it off with my first pick of the week here, JT Compher. 10.5% rostered. He's got 2 goals and 3 assists over his last 3 games. He's been kind of on a tear lately. He is on the second line in top power play right now, and that top power play in Colorado is a nice place to be because you're gonna just by being there, you're gonna get points. Just by being present on that power play, even if you aren't really driving anything yourself, you just aren't being there, you'll get some points by proxy. So definitely want to pick him up right now since he's benefiting from some extra minutes and that really good deployment. Definitely one of the top guys to grab this week. JT Compher.
There's some injuries that
there are injuries. Okay. He's basically got the other guy that I have from that team. Not injured. Valerie Nichushkin, he's basically got his spot. Okay. So once Nichushkin comes back here, whenever that will be, a week or 2 or 3, he'll get bumped down. But for the time being, Compher's benefiting from all the injuries. Yeah, definitely.
For sure. Okay. My top guy, defenseman Eric Gustafsson, also benefiting from injury because John Carlson's out, and that's when Gustafsson here has been breaking out. He's got a 13-point streak, 6 goals and 7 assists within 7 games, and he's going to continue to get that high usage until Carlson's back. So
yep, this is a very good one here.
And he's already up to 21% rostered, and I know just a week ago he was only 4%, something like that. So
yeah, people are starting to catch on to the Gustafsson show. So
yeah, must-add player.
Yeah, him and Compher make a hell of a 1-2 right now if you can get both of them.
Yes, sir.
Call that a twofer where I'm from.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So my next guy here, Arbor Chekai. Check the spelling on that. It's Xhekaj. Chekai is how you pronounce it, though. 6.9% rostered D-man on Montreal Canadiens. He is on the top power play right now, and he's scoring some points. Definitely give him a look. Very underrated D-man. He'll get you the hits and blocks, so if you're in a banger league, you probably have already seen this guy floating around on your waiver wire, and been like, who the heck is this? He is a rookie, but they're kind of liking the way he plays up there, and they're giving him all the opportunities, and he is getting some power play points right now. So go give him a look, even if you have to drop him next week. I mean, he's doing good right now, so I definitely think this is a viable option in your lineups right now.
Yeah, man, I like that move. And my second guy, Owen Tippett. I know we've talked about him on and off, I feel like, over the past couple months, but
yep,
especially in a banger league, even not in a banger league, he's doing really well in only 8.9% rostered, top prospect for the Flyers. He's gotten a goal and an assist in each of the last 2 games. And plus the hits are a big bonus. So in our half-point banger league, he's at 3.5 average.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure in a non-banger league, he's still got to be around 3, though.
It's got to be pretty decent, yeah.
I mean, he's getting goals and assists. He looks like the only thing he's lacking is, I think, heavy minutes, but he could be earning that. They don't have some deep roster anyway, so
yeah, I think if he keeps playing like this, they'll start giving him more time. Tortorella likes guys that play like the way he does, so I think he'll start getting more minutes for sure.
Yeah, I know he's been a stream for the past couple months, but maybe this is where he actually is going to earn it.
Yeah, Torts is gonna get him. Torts gonna get him in there.
Is he? Okay.
Torts is gonna put him in. Yeah, Torts don't mess around. That's what they say.
Okay.
Yeah, I know him. He's a pretty cool guy. But yeah, so yeah, definitely Owen Tippett, good option. Go take a look. He's widely available, so could be a nice little Nice little depth piece to your lineups. And then my third guy here, Alex Iafallo, 12% rostered on the LA Kings. This could be a great move. He's got 15 points in 17 games total on the year. He was injured for a while. He played like the first 2 weeks of the season and maybe 2-3 weeks and was doing really well. He was one of our top ads like the beginning of the year, and he was doing so good. He was like point per game player. Then he got a bad injury, and it was like looking like he's going to be out for months, like not coming back till like February or March, they were saying maybe. So he was like widely dropped. But now he's coming back a lot earlier than expected. He came back like a week and a half ago. And he's back, and he's picking up right where he left off. He's got 2 goals and 2 assists in his last 3 games, and he's almost point per game on the year. Kind of kept that up and doing really well. So definitely a guy we want to start adding again, because I think he, being back earlier than we thought, he could still, have his breakout year like we were thinking he was in the midst of doing when he got hurt. So
Yeah, is that how you spell the name?
yes.
I couldn't find him.
Oh, well, I did pick him up before the podcast, so.
All right, well.
Yeah.
My third guy, actually a guy dropped, but
must be nice.
Still a good player. Brandon Tanev, 31.4% rostered, 7 goals, 11 assists, 60 shots on net, 88 hits, 35 block shots, and a plus/17 rating through 35 contests. So definitely like a banger league forward, but sometimes that forward position is harder to fill because there's more slots. And
yeah, we always knew this guy did it all. And when he's on a good team, this is usually a guy that just fills up the stat sheet. And I think Seattle is on their way to maybe becoming a good team, and Tanev is definitely going to be a part of that because the guy is crazy. The guy's insane. He just goes after the puck like that.
Literally, though. I mean, he looks...
he's got those crazy eyes from looking at the puck so much, watching it skate around the ice. I mean, that's how you get cross-eyed, right? I mean,
yeah.
So yeah, he's the guy that he doesn't lose sight of the puck, and like Jake said once before, he can watch the puck and see the guy coming in to hit him at the same time, right?
Yeah, pretty crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, Brandon Tanev though, this is a good all around move. You can never go wrong with him as like a streaming option, I believe. So he'll always get you some points usually.
Yep, and a lot of people have dropped him because he did have that cold streak last month, including me. But it looks like he's kind of getting back to that form of, this isn't a high ceiling player, but good floor player. Oh yeah,
definitely. That's the perfect way of saying it. He's definitely got the high floor. I like that. There you go. Weekly 3x3. We're gonna break into surprises of the week here.
A surprise, to be sure, but a welcome one.
Thanks, Chancellor. Always good to hear from you. So my surprise of the week here, Jacob Chikrin, lighting it up right now for the Coyotes. They're still a shitty team, so I don't think he's going to keep this craziness up. He's got 19 points in, I think, 21 games or 20 games or something like that he's played. So I definitely don't think he's going to keep that craziness up, but I am surprised that his production level lately just, it's just crazy how he's like a point per game guy right now, and he's like averaging over 5 in our league. So I expect that to come down, but Jacob Chikrin just going crazy right now.
Yeah, you were hating on him last year at least.
I'm not a hater on him. I'm a hater on the team that he's on.
Yeah.
Because he's a guy that if he was on like an actual viable team with like with good forwards in the top, like multiple good forwards in the top 6, besides just like 2 guys, and one of them's out with injury right now, so he's got like one guy to pass to that can actually score the puck. If he's on an actual good offensive team, this guy would be like a top 5 D man. I don't doubt his talent. I just doubt the team.
Yeah. No, I'm just giving you shit.
Yeah, that's okay.
I just had to bait you there.
Yeah, well, it worked, I guess.
My surprise of the week. Well, this is kind of a surprise of the past month. But Drake Batherson finally coming to form. He started slow on the year, and
well, he started hot and then he got cold for like 2 months.
Cold enough for this is crazy. But in one league I'm in, people dropped him, and I picked him up.
That is
I told
craziness.
you about that.
Those
Most
people need to
wouldn't.
get there.
Anybody listening to a podcast wouldn't do that, but
yeah.
just to listen to it, pretty funny. But anyway, he had an 11-game point streak that just ended recently, but he had 7 goals, 16 points within those games. So just a stud again, and I think he's going to keep climbing with those rankings.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think
drafted him, higher than he would, like that.
Yeah,
fifth round or sooner.
Yeah, and what he's been doing on this 11-game point streak, I think this is going to be more of what we're going to get from him. I just think he had he's not Austin Matthews, he's not Connor McDavid, he's not one of those like top 10 player in the league type of guys. He's a very good player. Guys like that go on cold streaks, So I mean that you gotta take the highs with the lows with most players, unless it's like a guaranteed automatic, like with a top 5 pick. You're not getting a guy that's gonna put up crazy points every single game for the most part. So I mean, a guy like Drake Batherson, very very good player, but I mean, there's gonna be some cold streaks, so you just got to put up with that. But yeah, what he's been doing lately, I think, is more what we thought we would be getting from him. So it's good to see him put those numbers up.
Yeah, and with a flow like that, I mean, you want him to succeed.
Oh yeah, that flow. I mean, that's a hockey flow right there.
Top tier.
When you have good hair, you're gonna score some goals. That's what they say, right, Jake?
Yep, you heard it here first, folks.
Yeah, so now we're gonna break into big injury updates. So yes, I'm your injury host, Zach Gardner. So we're gonna go to the injury desk here, and what am I getting? I'm getting Josh Norris, injured reserve with a shoulder injury. This is really like the biggest injury this week. There hasn't been a lot of crazy injuries, like of noteworthy fantasy hockey players.
An update of note, but go ahead.
Oh, all right, yeah. But yeah, Josh Norris though, he looks like he's on his way to coming back. He's been traveling with the team, but he's not ready to play just yet. I believe he's been doing some non-contact practice. So I mean, he's about maybe a week or two, probably more closer to 2 weeks. He'll be back here. So. Definitely good news for the Josh Norris owners, because this guy's another just insane kind of guy. Like Drake Batherson, him and Drake Batherson are pretty similar type of players. Like they're just all around, they can do it all type guys. So you definitely want to get him back. He'll be filling up the stat sheet for sure. So
good to know. Good to know.
But other than that, kind of a ho hum week.
Yeah.
Yep.
Landeskog.
Yes.
December 15th, they updated it, and they said he's making progress, according to the coach, and started skating on his own 2 weeks before that, so it seemed like he was nearing, maybe just, I guess you were hoping, but today they updated that he's not close to being ready to return to the lineup, so
yeah,
not necessarily a setback, but
I did see that news come across.
You gotta stash him a bit longer, folks.
Yeah, it's looking like it's going to be into February when he'll be back at the earliest. So
yeah,
but that's hey, it's better than getting no news, and at least they're updating us, which they don't always do in hockey. So
no, definitely keep it under wraps.
Yeah, so it's good to at least have some news there, so we can just not expect him back soon. So yeah, another kind of big bombshell drop. Now we'll break into just our deep league moves here. So like the streaming options, or if you're in a deep league looking for a waiver ad. So what do you think about Lucas Raymond, Jake? You think he's back?
I put it on here to ask you. I thought it looked like he was. I mean, this is a well-known name that maybe he hasn't produced quite to that level yet.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't look like he's improving from what he did last year in his rookie year. It looks like he's kind of just stagnant right now. You know what I mean? People were expecting another breakout on top of his already breakout he had last year. And I think if you were expecting something like that, you're definitely disappointed. But I mean, this might just, sometimes it takes guys a couple years before they have their big breakout. So, I mean, he's definitely not a terrible player.
Yeah, well, I was just bringing it up because he had 2 assists on the 28th of December, and then
Yep.
a goal and assist on the 31st. So I thought,
And his minutes look like they're kind of
minimum,
getting a little more.
bare minimum, he's a deep league move because people have been dropping him. He's under 50% rostered now. Where beginning of the year he was like 70%. So
yeah, people thought, and then he started the year on the third line because Dominic Kubalik just started going the fuck off. But I think Lucas Raymond is starting to overtake Kubalik in points and just deployment and everything. So
for sure,
yeah, I definitely think this is a guy you can look at in a deep league. I mean, this is definitely a very viable option. He is a guy that we know can score the puck, so that's no secret. So definitely always a good streaming option for a guy like that.
for sure.
Yeah. And then we got some news on Jacob Verana.
Yeah, people have probably heard this, but he's conditioning with the AHL Grand Rapids, and this guy, you know, it was like I don't know if it was confirmed as a personal reason, whatever, but he was never hurt, so he could come out just guns a-blazing, and he's down to 36% rostered, and
when he does play, he puts up numbers. In like the 6 games he's played the last 2 years, he's been pretty good in those games. So yeah.
Well, would you grab him? I mean,
no, I would grab him. I just, you know, are you going to have him for more than like a week? Is the thing, but I would definitely grab him for sure. I mean, he's definitely
it's a free grab. Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to slot right into the top 6. So like he'll probably go right into that second line, second power play to start, and then they'll ease him in.
Mm-hmm.
He'll put up point per game, and then they'll bump him up if he can stay on the ice. He's definitely a very viable for sure.
Yeah, so deep league, you could go ahead and stash him and run him when he's back.
There you go. And then I got Calle Yarncroc. He's been having kind of a nice little week here. Don't really think of him as like a big high scoring guy, but lately over the last 5 games, he's on a 5-game point streak since he came back from injury. He's got 3 goals and 4 assists in those 5 games over this last like kind of week plus, like week and a half since he's been back. So definitely someone you want to stream right now with putting up a point per game in that 5 games. So I'd be looking at Calle Yarncroc could be a good streamer. And then also Garnet Hathaway on Washington Capitals. He's a banger normally, but he's scoring a little bit lately. So, you know, when he goes on these hot streaks, usually a couple times a season, he'll go on like a 1 or 2 week like scoring tear on top of his banging. So definitely pick him up right now while he's on his hot streak. Especially in a banger league, you're probably already looking at him just because he just at that point, it's just points galore when he's on his little streak. So definitely looks like he's in the midst of that right now. So go pick him up.
All right. Hell yeah.
And that just about wraps it up, everyone. We're going to end here with Banger of the Week.
Damn, boy, he's sick.
Is he?
Not sure, but Banger of the Week. We're just gonna say that he is. So Parker Kelly, he's got 21 bangs, I believe. What is he on? The Ottawa Senators, I believe I saw.
Yeah, Senators. Yep.
Yeah, Ottawa Senators. Parker Kelly, 4th line guy, but he got the bangs. So 21 bangs in 1 week. That is pretty craziness. So definitely hats off to him. Great week.
Congrats on the banging.
There you go, Parker Kelly. So with that, we're gonna let you guys go. Make sure you follow us and give us a like and comment on our YouTube channel. Let us know how we're doing. Give us all your questions, lineup questions, fantasy questions, anything about fantasy hockey. Just let us know in the comments, and go follow us on our social media. We got Facebook, so go follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/Garden of Sports Podcast. And we're working on having that website up soon, so you'll be able to hopefully soon here sometime within the next couple months, we'll have our website up and you'll be able to listen to us on Spotify. So that'll be exciting. So stay tuned for the news, and we'll catch you guys here next week with a fresh fantasy hockey episode. Take care, everybody.
Yep.